Hello everyone, it's Mark. I am the Sanderson Collector, and it's time for yet another edition of Foreign Edition unboxings. And I promise we're getting near the end now, but I've still got this week and at least one more to come, so let's get into it. Part 1. And it is Spanish Oathbringer! Juramentada! So this is super cool. I've been expecting and waiting for this edition. So I'm super happy to get this copy. I've got the full end papers in this one, and the glyph on the front, and a super cool spine, and the end papers in the back, and it's super cool. And there's even a nice little ribbon bookmark in here. Those are always so sweet. And they've got all the art in here as well, translated, so that's super cool. So I'm really glad to add this awesome big honkin' Oathbringer Spanish edition to my collection. So yeah, I definitely need to get Way of Kings and Words of Radiance in the Spanish hardcover editions to go with this. So, yay for more books to collect. Let's see what else is in here. And so this is going to be a surprise. Y'all get to see it first. What is this one? It is... German. Elantris and Stormlight, I think. Oh, this one is definitely Elantris. And I'm going to have to look at this one real quick. No. This is Warbreaker in German and Elantris. So these are a cool set of covers and books. So I'm really glad to add these to my collection. They're really neat. Oh, and I almost forgot. This is Oathbringer. I have to look in the back, or the front in this case. There we go, found myself, Mark Lindbergh, right there in the acknowledgments of the Spanish edition of Oathbringer. Yes, it is never going to get old finding my name in these foreign edition books. So that's fun. So Oathbringer, and there are Warbreaker and Elantris in German, so let's see what else is in this box. Last thing in this box is another box, as you would expect. And inside this box is, Infinity Blade in French. That's cool. These are really hard to get in English, so getting a French edition is always super cool. Oh, this is the Bindup, Infinity Blade Awakening and Infinity Blade Redemption in here. So if you speak French and you want the full Infinity Blade set as an actual novel, this looks like the way to go. It's super cool, and I really like the cover, and it's always nice to have another physical copy of one of the Infinity Blade books. So this one's neat. I'm glad to add it to my collection too. And this is a book in Hebrew. I'm assuming Calamity, just from that cover. I'm gonna have to look though. That's a unique one. Yes, it says right here that it was Calamity, Reckoner's Book 3. So there is the Hebrew edition of Calamity with their cover with a very, very glowy molten red sun thing hovering over the earth. So that's cool. And here's another German edition of, I think this one is actually one of the Stormlight books. Let's see. Nope. As usual, I'm wrong. So wait, is this Elantris? Adult Megan born in 6? This is Shadows of Self, based on the prologue where Wax is yelling at his sister. So where does it say that it's... And it's got the, like, New Saran map in the back and everything. So, yeah, but how do I tell? Like, where does it tell me that? This is confusing. Like, I am confused, because it's got the Elantris map, and, or it's got the Mistborn map. Yeah, this is confusing. It's got, like, the Mistborn map in the back, you can see here, but in the front it says Elantris, so I'm confused as to what exactly this is, but it looks like it's got the prologue in the front where Wax is yelling at Telsin, his sister, so this has to be Bands of Mourning. Why it says Elantris in the front, I do not know, but it is, I guess, Mistborn Book 6, Bands of Mourning, so that is super cool. And that's it for that box, so let's get those put up on the shelf. As I was putting these up, I noticed the French Infinity Blade edition has these cool pieces of artwork from the game in the back, so those are super neat. And it's always cool to see artwork like that in a book. Alrighty, so I've got one more box today, and I can't wait to open it. Alright, last box, part 1. And that is a Czech edition with 3 novels in it. I guess this is Legion and Emperor's Soul and something. I'm gonna have to look. I'm not sure who did the art for this. Cover Trilobit 2014. Alright, the Emperor's Soul is the first thing in here. Okay, it says in the back. So that's a really interesting bind-up. That's probably the most unique one I've seen. It says Emperor's Soul, Infinity Blade Awakening, and Legion. So Cosmere, non-Cosmere, and game novellas, all bound into one edition in Czech. But it's a really nice edition with hardcover and dust jacket and some absolutely beautiful boards beneath the dust jacket. And it's even got a little ribbon bookmark inside. So yeah, this is a really nice edition of some wacky stuff, but it's cool to have it and glad to add it to my collection. And this is Words of Radiance, Tel Press, so Czech. Yep, Czech. Here is the Czech Words of Radiance in hardcover. So this is a gorgeous edition. We've got the full Shalon in paper here at the front and the full map translated in the back. That's cool. And on the spine, they've got the title and they have it on the front as well. On the boards, which are purple, so that's cool. I really like those purple boards. And as I want to do, I'm going to show off one of the art pages. So here is one of the art pages translated into Czech, which is super cool. So there is the Czech edition of Words of Radiance. So let's see what's in the second part of this box. It is a Greek edition of one of the Mistborn books. I'm not sure which one this is immediately off the top of my head, but it's very definitely Mistborn, and it looks like it's Era 1. Yes, okay, this is Mistborn Well of Ascension. And let's see, is this the whole thing? Nope, this one only goes up to chapter 31. So this is not the full Well of Ascension in Greek. It is just the first half, but still super cool. I like it. I like the cover. I really like the fancy stuff they've done with Brandon's name. So this is a neat addition, and I definitely need to find the other part of Well of Ascension in Greek, so I have the full book. Here is Dutch. Again, I'm going to assume that this is Firefight. Vlammenwerper. No. Vlammenwerper. I do not speak Dutch, so I'm sorry. That was probably horribly mispronounced, but this is still cool. Yep, original title Firefight. So this is definitely Firefight in Dutch with a cool cover, I guess David underwater or something. I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to be representing there, but it still looks cool. And that means I had the full trilogy in Dutch as well, which is nice. And here's another Greek edition, another Mistborn book. This one is part of Hero of Ages, and it starts with chapter 45, so I'm going to assume that this is the second part of Hero of Ages, and the final part, because it's got the epilogue here at the end, so this is the second half of Hero of Ages, Mistborn Book 3 in Greek. Okay, so I recognize this one, that's Alloy of Law, and this is Shadows of Self in Czech, with the US covers by Chris McGrath, so those are super cool. Got the neat translated maps and everything, so that's always fun to see, and they look really nice together on the shelf. So I'm happy to add this set to my collection. Ooh, and then here is what? Another one of the Mistborn books in Czech. I'm not sure which one this one is, but since it's thicker, I'm assuming it's from the original trilogy. Yep, this is Mistborn The Well of Ascension. And it's got the epilogue here in the back. So this is the full book, Mistborn Well of Ascension in Czech. So checking on my collection here, I've got Well of Ascension and Hero of Ages from Era 1. And now I have everything that's been published so far in Era 2, Alloy, Shadows, and Bands in Czech, so I'm just missing the original Mistborn, which I guess I really do need to get now to complete this set. So that's exciting. Let's get all this on the shelves too. Alright, and I've got everything on my shelves, and they're starting to look really good and full with these new foreign editions, so I'm really excited about that. As always, if you have any questions about any of the books on the shelves, including any of the ones that I opened up today, please leave a comment and ask me, and I'll make sure I get back to you. And if you have a question about anything else Sanderson related, feel free to ask me that as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos.